Kevin Costner has enjoyed the release of his latest film feature, Horizon, but according to the box office, it hasn't fared well. So, what went wrong with the film? Will this end up being another Kevin Costner cult classic, or can the sequel end up saving the franchise? Let us take a look. What is Horizon about? Horizon, an American saga, is Kevin Costner's latest project. It is a Western epic that dives into the American West's turbulent history. Costner not only stars in the film, but also takes on the roles of director, writer, and producer, highlighting his deep commitment to the project. The film series, planned as a 4-part saga, starts with Chapter 1, which was released on June 28, 2024. The movie puts you right in the environment of a civil war. It follows people from the timeline of the years 1861 to 1865. We take a close look at how war changes them and the world around them. It's a raw take on what life was like back then. It depicts the story of families, friends, enemies, and other relationships that might have been established during such times. Famous names that are a part of the cast include actors like Sam Worthington and Sienna Miller. With so many talented people, the story feels real and exciting. It's like a puzzle with lots of pieces, and each actor adds a new part to the picture. Box office bomb. Despite its incredible scope and hype, Chapter 1 didn't fare too well at the box office. It received mediocre success, managing to gross a little under $33 million against a $50 million budget. That's not all. The sequel, which was also set to hit screens this year, has been delayed indefinitely. The strategy behind this was probably to let audiences take their time and appreciate Part 1 a little more. Although it might prove to be risky, this was the best move Costner and his team could have executed. Nevertheless, there's not just bad stuff to say about this film. Some of its filming locations are quite stunning. They capture the incredible American landscape coupled with intense and emotional storytelling. Guess that's why Costner has 3 more parts coming out, right? Cause of failure. As ambitious as this project is, Costner didn't really tick all the boxes. One major factor why it failed is due to the movie being badly paced. The slow storyline is probably suited for a television format, where viewers can watch at their own pace. This allows them to appreciate the characters and setting even more. But for a film, Horizon didn't really play its cards right. It feels too dragged, and a lot of people can find it pretty difficult to sit through 3 hours of a Western drama. On TV, subscribers can easily watch a new film without additional cost, whereas going to the theater requires a commitment of time and money. Costner was also hopeful that he could tempt fans of the critically acclaimed show Yellowstone to spend money and come watch Horizon in the cinemas. But boy, did that plan backfire. Taking the formula of Yellowstone and converting it into a film with a few elements changed isn't the key to success, Kevin. Speaking of tempting fans, the Western American genre doesn't really have many fans in today's generation. The older generation would think twice before stepping out of their homes and watching a 3-hour film. For one, they might not have such a brilliant attention span, and 2, there would come a point in Horizon where they would just get up and leave. Now, if you take a look at the flip side, other blockbuster franchises, maybe say Marvel, have built a dedicated fan base over the last 16 years. They've worked pretty hard to bring their fans back to the big screens. Horizon can't do that right from the get-go. Instead of announcing 4 parts of the franchise right at the starting point, Costner should have focused on making 1 or 2 parts first, and then decided where to take the franchise. He has definitely put himself in a compromising position. Costner's exit from Yellowstone. Kevin Costner's exit from Yellowstone wasn't one to remember either. When Taylor Sheridan, the creator of Yellowstone, spoke with THR for a cover story in June of last year, he highlighted the challenges Yellowstone was encountering. He specifically mentioned issues with scheduling, filming delays, and Kevin Costner's focus on Horizon. Tensions rose when Sheridan subtly questioned Costner's priorities. Sheridan pointed out that differences could be resolved through direct communication between individuals. Sheridan acknowledged that the situation with Costner wasn't ideal. Despite this, he concluded on a gracious note, wishing Costner and his film the best. Sheridan noted he never intended for John Dutton, Costner's character in the Yellowstone storyline, to remain incomplete, as it prevents the character's resolution. Sheridan attempted to get Costner to film a few final scenes to complete his portrayal of John Dutton, though it's unclear if this will happen. There's speculation that Sheridan might be keeping this under wraps to surprise the audience. Costner's involvement in the show's finale remains uncertain, and significant script adjustments may be necessary if he returns. Fortunately, Sheridan has multiple options, so nothing is definitive yet. But why did Costner allow for such an abrupt exit from Yellowstone? Rumors surrounding Costner. Rumors suggested that Kevin Costner's exit from Yellowstone was due to conflicts and ego clashes with the team. Costner has denied these claims, expressing his love for the show, its cast, and the entire production. He has publicly shared his affection for the Yellowstone world. Costner brought the character John Dutton to life, leading the series for 5 seasons until speculation about his departure became widespread. Many believed that Costner intended to step back to focus on Horizon. However, Costner's future in Yellowstone remains uncertain. Reflecting on the show's origins, Costner recalls pitching it to Taylor Sheridan as a standalone film, which was more aligned with his experience in cinema. However, as discussions progressed, they decided that a TV series would be a more suitable format for Yellowstone. Both Costner and Sheridan have been deeply invested in the show since its beginning, and their dedication has been instrumental in its success. Despite occasional disagreements, Costner emphasized that he always extended his commitment to the show. Initially planning for 3 seasons, he ended up dedicating himself to 5. Costner was prepared to continue into the 5th season, but the lack of a clear production timeline led to frustration and rumors of ego issues. Costner expressed disappointment over the lack of support during these rumors, feeling that no one defended his contributions. He mentioned reaching a boiling point, hoping someone would acknowledge his efforts, but unfortunately, that recognition never came. Despite the negative rumors, Costner maintains positive sentiments about Yellowstone and praises Sheridan's writing. He acknowledges Sheridan's ability to craft compelling drama that has captivated audiences. Costner remains open to returning for the show's conclusion, depending on the circumstances and his feelings at the time. Sheridan and Costner's relationship. Like Costner, Sheridan is known for sticking to his creative timelines with precision. Delays and setbacks are a major annoyance for him. After the drama with Costner, the last thing Sheridan expected was to invite him back to the show. Sheridan maintains that his perception of Costner as an actor hasn't changed. The emphasis here is on actor. He suggests that being an actor and being a person are distinct, hinting at underlying personal issues. Sheridan claims there were no direct problems between him and Costner, but once lawyers got involved, things became complicated. The media also seized the opportunity to amplify the conflict. Reportedly, Sheridan shut down Costner's attempts to tweak the show during its early seasons, telling him to focus on acting instead. It's probably why Costner stopped caring a little about Yellowstone and instead diverted his attention toward Horizon. Amidst all the average reviews and unexpected failure, another creative mind did come to Costner's defense about Horizon. And that was Stephen King. Stephen King on Horizon and Kevin Costner. Stephen King spoke out in defense of Costner the week the film opened to disappointing numbers. In fact, it wasn't just Horizon that was a part of his comments. King also spoke about Marvel films. King took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to say that this reaction to Horizon was pretty much expected. After all, why would anyone hype up a film that isn't under the banner of the Marvel Universe? Now, that's a pretty strong statement from a critically acclaimed writer. Everyone, from the fans to filmmakers in the industry, knows how difficult it was for Costner to greenlight this project. He spent $38 million of his own money to bring this to life. But since it isn't a Marvel project, the noise around it will probably fade very soon. From a neutral point of view, it's a big shot to take at Marvel. Of course, it won't affect them. But the statement where he said that Marvel might take up the industry one day does sound like it can happen. Hopefully, Costner can bounce back from this setback and we can have the release date of the second part of Horizon very soon. Let us know in the comments if you watched Horizon, an American saga, and if you liked it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more.